and my younger brother, who is a Jehovah's Witness elder. um, he's an elder in one of the congregations around, and he told me in one of our back and forth conversation that I should never say again that I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. That I should always want to put it right that I was kicked out of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So I actually had done um, a video before a year. Uh, it's been a year now. During the when the pandemic just first hit, that was when I started my uh, this whole YouTube thing. And I had done a video about my awakening to the bitter truth. If you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna leave a link below so you go check that video out. It's a detailed um, uh, explanation of why I left. But I just wanted to just recap again for those of you because at the time it was pretty new in this community, and I don't think a lot of persons saw that video, and over time my audience have grown, and I thought it might be good to want to talk about the reason why I left the Jehovah's Witnesses, or the reason I got kicked out. Like he said, I should put it that way. I got kicked out. I was actually disfellowshipped. Now the thing is, when you are disfellowshipped, um, you are not free. You always want to come back. And I have said to myself that, 6 months time, repentance in this organization when you have to come back is really dependent on you attending meetings, regular meeting attendance. Don't mix out on any meeting, and they want to watch you for 6 months, 1 year, as the case may be. Sometimes 2 years they're still watching to know if you are truly repentant of uh, the of your rebellious life, or from the sins you have committed. So that was it, basically. So I thought to myself that snap of the finger, I wouldn't want to go back to the story that led to my this fellowship. It's actually surrounded my involvement with my ex-wife, and uh, how things went down, and how uh, it wasn't what I wanted, and I just got into it because of the organization basically shaped my thinking and my reasoning. So there are certain decisions that you would not have made if you had your head intact. You would have probably want to do things differently. But because you have this tape installed in your head, and the music is always playing on the ground, there are certain decisions that you can just take. There are certain things you dare not do. Okay, so please do check out that video. I'm gonna leave a link below. You check it out. Why I love the Jehovah's Witnesses, awakening to the bitter truth. Um, I had just to recap a little bit. My father was not born into the religion. He was a Roman Catholic servant. Those church boys that serve on the altar, so stuff like that, until uh, one fateful day, the Jehovah's Witnesses stopped by and witnessed to my uncle, and he wasn't the one that was actually witness to. He eavesdropped on their conversation, and the rest they say is history. So we got into the religion. We were born into it. So all along is a religion we grew to love and believe in. Okay. Along the line, my father died as a result of the decision he made to quit school and to, basically sign up for a life of poverty. And, that's really set us up so much so that um, it was pretty tough growing up. And my dad, who laid his life down for the organization, the only thing we would do, the best thing we would do for him is to continue to be faithful to Jehovah so we can see him again in paradise. So which, we held the religion close to here, you know what I mean? So there was no going back. Though personally I struggled. I was in a good Jehovah's Witness. From my boyhood days, growing to a teenager, and all that. I just wanted to live a normal life, or I would say, but I would say it was selfish of me to want to crave those things, the desire of the world. I would want to have a girlfriend, and I just was a Jehovah's Witness on the inside, but outside, I wanted to be different. I wanted to associate with certain kind of things that do not conform with the way the religion wants you to be. So along the line, I will have multiple girlfriends. Let me say, I don't know, the usual thing. You get along with this girl, and you part ways. I'm a teenager. You now growing to my adult years. I'm not married, and how could I not have a girlfriend? Hey, you understand what I mean? But I was playing that all undercover. I wouldn't, to the congregation, I appeared a saint. All those things I was doing, all the girls that I was keeping, I would tell them, hey, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. This thing, you and I have together is not the words, it's not the dictates of our organization. And I just am not living. They are the true religion. I'm not just living the life right now. And sometimes I want to convert these girls, and sometime when I settle down, I'm gonna try to talk being a Jehovah's Witness so I can marry her, stuff like that. So that was it. The But I was pretty good on the outside, to the congregation. I was visibly a brother that people see as an example. No, albeit uh, my 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 way of life that even confirmed to what people would see. So, yeah, where am I now is a little bit. I'm usually not scripted for my videos. So I wasn't what I should be as a Jehovah's Witness, but I had told myself that I was gonna make it right. A time, no, there's certain privileges that I didn't accept because I didn't want to be a hypocrite, and there are certain comments that I would not make at the Kingdom Hall because I didn't want to really, as much as I was trying to look good, but I knew who I was, and I didn't just want to be too hypocritical about the whole thing. So, um, so at the time I did that, cleaned up, and at this time I was married to my ex. Like I said, you go back, watch that video. I cleaned up and I confessed to the elders. I wanted to start smooth. I wanted to start on a clean slate. I know I didn't want to have that guilty conscience. Now that I'm married, I shouldn't have no problems with girls or my way of life. Basically, it was all about immorality, not that I was a bad person or I was into some things that normal people would not do. I just you know what I mean. So I did all of that. Fast forward, um, the marriage did not work, and let me quick. I keep telling you to go back to that video. I really don't want to bring all of those back here. The reason why I am coming out to talk about this was that this religion, I believed in it. Sorry there again. Like I was saying, I believed in this religion with all my heart. And when I found out that it was not the truth, it was some bitter pill to swallow. Okay? So, um, how did I find out the truth? As I said before that I had done a video about this. I just wanted to refresh and recap a few things because it's been a year I did that video. Not too many person saw that video. That's the reason I thought I want to raise awareness about that video, and anyone who might think of me as having a motive for coming out and this narrative, I would say, be the apostate, and why you doing videos, why can't you just move on? And I've always said in my video, I would always let you know that the reason why people have to do videos is because of the incredible claim. That's why when you find out that this was not the truth, you are shocked to the marrow because you thought that every other thing else was the lie and that this was the truth. Nothing else, nothing else can you consider as of God if it's outside this religion. Now, when you groom like that from the beginning, this has been your thought, and you couldn't have in a million years think that, oh, there'll be someday that you will come to, hey, the Jehovah's Witness religion is a scam. You never would, because so much is invested in this religion. You invest so much in it, uh, everything. Even someone like me that was living a double life. In as much as I was living a double life, I was still held hostage mentally, and there are certain things I couldn't do. Even the decision to marry the person I had married, if not for the Jehovah's Witness um, music that was installed in my head, I probably would not have made that decision. That did not work out. You still want to play ball. You still want to align yourself. You are scared to do certain things. Okay. For me, I was always say, hey, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna clean up. And when I do, I'll be straight. And I did clean up, and I was straight. Now I said to myself, I want, now that I'm married, no more girls and no more playing undercover and all of these things that I was doing at the time, that I had guilty conscience, that no, I wasn't living the life. I wanted to live the life. Okay? I wanted to be a true Jehovah's Witness. And during the time, that time period, I was this fellowship. That was when the awakening kicked in. It actually had kicked in before now. 2013, I actually started waking up 2015, but 2013, this article about the faithful and the discreet slave class, the governing bodies just singled themselves out, the 8 men and Warwick, as being the faithful and discreet slave class, who are directly involved in dispensing spiritual food at the proper time. You know, these ones now, um, just or what would I say? They'll pull all the power to themselves, and the rest of the 144,000 were no longer part of the faithful and discreet slave, because they wanted to control. And I looked at that magazine that Sunday morning. I could remember, for I don't really read the watchtower to process, but because I had begun to take the organization very seriously, this is it. So I read it, I watchtower, I want to get the meaning and understanding. But before, it was, I didn't read so much about the publication at the time, because why would you pay so much attention reading some publication when you are not even living the life? So I didn't pay attention. When I started paying attention, when I knew that, okay, I was smooth now, I was on a clean slate, and everything's gonna be fine. So for the first time in the entire year I've been a Jehovah's Witness, I sat back and looked at that article again. That verse was, I think, those paragraphs 12, 13 of that Watchtower 2013, and I was like, okay, no, common sense. Okay, how did you guys arrive at this claim now? Was it that you have read the Bible, and what part of the Bible did you read that you did not understand before? Now, having read it again, it now gave you this new interpretation. So I wanted to look at the magazine, though I know the society will always back up on those things they put out there, even though they will take it out of context. But this time there were no Bible verses. So I searched again. Well, I just pushed it aside, and well, that stood out for me. Where else should I look for the truth? At that time, I was blank and I didn't know nothing else. So I look at other churches; they were no good. So perhaps I I took the organization as they can do wrong, or perhaps I didn't understand my level of understanding. But what could I be thinking about, man? Well, it didn't quite make sense to me, and it didn't quite make sense to me. But I couldn't process that further because there was no else to look into. Where else would I go, or what else could provide any answer to life's question? It was from this man at Warwick. So I just held back. And that was the first time I should have awoken if I had the other facts. If I had. At that time, YouTube was not a thing for me. And until 2015, when everything had fallen apart and had been kicked out, that, it set me on up on this journey. All right, so why did I leave the Jehovah's Witnesses? Even though I was this fellowship, they always say return to Jehovah, and I was not going to return for the many things that I had stumbled over, why on YouTube and doing some research. The rest you can find, uh, excuse me, the rest you can find um, in the link I'm going to leave below. I welcome to the beta truth. And um, sorry there again, my storage capacity, is really low for the device. Storage capacity is very low, and I'm trying to upgrade very soon. So I keep being put out. Whenever. So I think, like I said, I would just you know uh, reach for my breaks here and leave the link below to how I work from the religion of the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I think the Jehovah's Witnesses who are in doubt, or those people who probably have known me now and in my neighborhood here, those in Nigeria and those who are not in Nigeria, and those who are just curious, those who think that I'm doing this for a motive. uh, I'm just being sincere, and I love the truth and facts. And I'm not bitter by talking about talking when I talk about the experiences I had in this organization and what this organization really is. It kind of makes me to it stabilizes me in a way, and I found it I find it therapeutic. You know what I mean? That, you know I'm able to unload what I have on the inside. It's too much for me to just put in. This is the only way I know how to share my feeling to lessen the burden. So please check the link below and see for yourself, awakening to the better truth. For those of you who have not seen that video, SJW Africa, take me out of here.